Wimmera football time, exciting times too as we get into the heart of the season, and Scotty Stewart from the Warwick Herald is with me. Hey Scotty, how are you?
Yeah, I'm going well, thanks, mate.
Good to hear. This has been a pretty interesting start to the Wimmera football season. Some interesting, I guess, what it's thrown up in terms of Dimboola and Stawell, and those two sides being prominent in the early part of the season where they haven't been in past years. Stawell beating Dimboola in an absolute beauty, 12-8-80 to 12-7-79. How do you read the former Stawell on top of the table undefeated, and gee, how close Dimboola got down at Central Park?
Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it? I'm not sure if I'm in the majority or the minority, but Stawell's really surprised a lot of people, I think, in the way they've been going, and all credit to them. I reckon they just keep winning the last two rounds, isn't it? They've had a 1 point win last week, and the week before that was 2 points. And yeah, you might be tipping against them, but they just keep proving people wrong or proving me wrong, I should say, anyway. But getting that 1 point win down there, it's Stawell. I don't know how the supporters are travelling at the moment, but she's creating a fair bit of excitement, I think.
A lot of excitement. Eccles been brilliant with 5 goals in their best plays, leading the way. Driscoll with 3, Williams and Kimber both with a couple, and Williams and Kimber named in the better players too. And Dimboola, they weren't disgraced by any means. They led this game right through to three-quarter time. It was only in a last-quarter fight back that Stawell got home in a cliffhanger. So it was Lant with 3, and Rossier and Jorgensen and Kramer all booted 2 for Dimmy, whilst Du Bois and Graham and Rossier were their better players on the day. But fantastic football, local football at its best. At Wimmera, they've been very, very good. They beat the Saints comprehensively by 10 goals, 10. It was a scoreline of 18-17, 125 to 8-7-55, and that adds up to 70 points. And the Boroughs too good at Coghlan Park in what was a very good performance.
Yeah, very surprising result to read that on Saturday night when they come through. Not that surprising that the Boroughs won, but just the way that they've completely dominated that second half. They're 3 goals down at half time and turn around and they kick 8 goals to nothing in the third quarter, and then just keep the pedal down to the metal, as they say, and just Stawell away to a 70-point win. So that wouldn't have happened too many times against Horsham Saints on their home deck over there at Coghlan Park. So just shows, I think, that Wimmera, I think they're looming though. You're about to go through it now, but they're goal kickers and plenty of firepower up forward, and they've got a fair bit going through the midfield, and Tim McKenzie down there in the back line, so he's just holding everything together. So ominous form, I think.
I think you're right, and Kieran Delahunty in ominous form with 4, and McGrath with 4, fantastic. Ison and McIntyre just scouting around for other goals, and as you said, McKenzie. And John Delahunty, very good. Kelson's been great, and Ballard, also Johns and Petering, good players. Martin with 3 and Hall with a couple for the Saints, and Rees and Martin were amongst their better players. On the day, it was another big win for the Southern Mallee Giants, a 10-goaler over nil. We probably expected it, but 15-10, 100 to 5-6, 36. And good to see some of the young guns coming into this side for the Southern Mallee Giants. But what about Lucas Cook? Boots 8 out of the 15 in a great performance. Young Ben McGee was very good too, scouting the packs in the forward line with a couple, and Drew with a couple, and Denham also with a couple. Yeah,
they must have... looks like they had to do a little bit of a reshuffle there. I think you might have mentioned last week they might have went in with a couple of injuries there to a couple of forwards, one of the Webster boys and
your big Brock.
Orville, yeah, Brock Orville, obviously. But pretty handy, isn't it, with for Coleman and Luke Marnie there. They just bring Lucas Cook in, slot him up the forward line, and bags 8 goals for the day. So that's just the way they're set up at the moment. They've got plenty of options, and one goes down, the next one stands up. So the Giants, they're looking pretty good, I think.
They are, and Matty Bellinger and Ben McGee, both think they're better players, but they're 2 of their young kids that have come through their ranks and started the season in the 2s, so good to see their depth standing out. Honeyman, Albrecht and Darlenberg for the nil Tigers, and Honeyman with 3 goals on the day. Finally, though, your boys, they came up against a very good Horsham side, I should say an Ararat side, 10-18-78 to beat the Warwick Eagles 6-7-43. But an improved performance by the Eagles, and each week they're just starting to taste senior football, the young kids from the Eagles, and starting to just show that they've got a little bit of talent and that some of these other bigger sides may want to not take them for granted.
Yeah, I think you're right with what you say there with the Eagles boys. They start real well. They started real well again last week down there at Alexandra Oval, and I think the young team, they're probably thinking at by game's end, they're thinking, gee, I wouldn't mind getting that win on the board with all the effort that they're putting in, because the young fellas, they're still trying their hearts out to be ultra competitive, and they're definitely doing that. And I know keep on saying to my young bloke, just keep at it, and one day it's going to turn. And those big quarters that they're putting in early in the game, they're going to still be there at the end of the game. But they do need to rectify that, because Ararat, they dominated that last quarter last week. They come home with a wet sail and kicking 3-6 to only a point. So, and that's happened to the Eagles, and that happens to young teams, and that they fall away at the end of the day. But they'll get some players back over the next couple of weeks, and that's really going to help them. That really stands out there, that experience that they're missing. So that's just the way it is at the moment for the Eagles.
It is. Stewart with 3 led the way. That's your lad, of course. Morrow, D. Stewart, Jay Cheney back into the better players. Good to see him doing well, and Herbner and O'Connell playing okay. Young Penny's a good footballer too. There's a couple, I think about 4 of the kids are actually running around at the moment. The Warwick jumper, I should say. Ararat Taylor with 3, and Griffin was their better player. That brings us to what is round number 6 action, and this is going to be really important. Some absolute beauties this weekend. We've got the one that I think is going to go. I think the Southern Valley Giants up at Hopeton have to win this one. Really stay with those other couple of top sides who are really showing something. Giants play Horsham, your tip?
Yes, it'll be a fair test again for both sides. Really, Horsham's going to come back from that bye. So when we had them 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and I'm not sure if they'll be quite in the league of the Giants. They'd need to produce a pretty good day, I think. But as you've probably mentioned already, they've got a few injuries up there, the Giants. But these kids, they're coming through. Well, they're all stepping up and filling that void pretty well. So I just think they've just got that, the cattle to cover these losses. And I've just mentioned before about Coleman and Luke Marnie. I mean, they're still flitting around there, and Lucas Cook coming into the forward line there. That'll be a great duel, though, that one. If Lucas is still up there in the forward line, he'll get Rona Conboy for the day. So that'll be one of those ones where you say the admission price is going to be worth it, I think. So that'll be a vital, a key duel for the day. But I'm thinking that the Giants at home for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. How about your Eagle boys at Anzac Park? You get Dimboola, a bit of rivalry between these two sides, and the bumpy road starting to get repaired. So maybe the Dimby boys that hop along as kangaroos might not hop along as much on that bumpy road anymore and get up to Warwick, and I think might take the points home.
He's smoothened out that road over there, isn't it? So it's not a bad track anymore. Nowadays, but no, I think we're reporting in our paper that the tough battles are going to continue for the Eagles, and I think that might be all in the headline with that one there. It'll be a tough day, but it's going to be a great day. There's going to be a fine day for footy, so there's going to be some good skills on show, and Jimmy will put their new recruits to the test against the Eagles on Anzac Park, and look, they'll start warm favourite, and they probably will come away with the win. But as I said before, with the young Eagles, if they just keep battling away at it, and one day it's going to click for them, and you never know what happens. But, Jimmy a warm favourite in that one, I think.
Yeah, just need to get some forward power with Ryan back in your side at some point up there to kick some goals, just so that it can take the pressure off of some of these young midfielders having to get down forward and try and kick goals. It's been tough, but the 3 quarters last week, they were very good. So the Eagles, I think, will take it right up to Dimmy here in the early part. Ararat take on Horsham Saints, another beauty down at Alexandra Oval. The Saints have got a win here, starting to lose bits and pieces around, and that this is a match you've got to pick up. But Ararat might just have something else to say about that.
No, real important game this one, isn't it, for both teams. finals chances. We're probably maybe a bit early to be talking that sort of stuff, but you look at the Saints, they're still on equal points as Horsham, who've got 5th place, but Ararat's only 1 game behind, so she's a real 8-point game, this one, especially for Ararat, who stay at Alexander Oval, so they'll appreciate a couple of home games in a row down there. But looking at them last week, they're the same. They've got a lot of young kids, and those young kids are stepping up as well. So you mentioned Corey Taylor there. He kicked 3 goals there last week against the Eagles, and he provides a good target down there for the young fellas. But kids like Tommy Mills, who's on that VFL listed Bull Ants, I think it is, and he played a really good game there last week. But they've got some good talent. To make a tip here, Wayne, she's going to be pretty tough. Now, the Horsham Saints, they won't take that loss last week very well, and they'll bounce back pretty hard. So I'm thinking that the Saints might just get over the line, but this is going to be a fairly tight game.
Real tight one. And what about this game? Top of the table on the line. Stall haven't been headed this year. They head over to Minyip, and it is the Burras taking them on off their home deck. Oh, Minyip Matoa last week were powerful, big winners. I reckon we might see the Burras upset the Stall Warrior apple cart for the first time.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say that at the moment, the way Stall's been going. You think that these opposition teams might get the better of them, and they just keep proving the tipsters wrong, or proving myself wrong anyway. And but look, I'm going to say it again. I think that the Burras are going to be too strong. I reckon they're just looming really large at the moment. We talked about that game last week with all those options up forward. Big Kieran Delahunty going forward and bagging 4 goals, and with Joe McGrath there, and I think they just might stretch the Stall side just that little bit too much. And on their home deck, I think they might prove too strong. Stall they'll give it another crack, but I'm just thinking those narrow wins that they've been having, they might take a little bit of a toll on this one, and I think the Burras might just get home pretty comfortably, I think.
I reckon so. On that beautiful new Minyip Recreation Reserve, with all of the new work that's been done on the surface, it will be a magnificent day, and as Scotty's mentioned, beautiful day for football with sunny conditions across the Wimmera area. And nice to talk to you, Scotty. You have a terrific weekend, and we'll catch up with you next week on what's been a magnificent start to the Wimmera football season.
Yeah, good on you, Wayne.